Hello and welcome to Roll for Sanity, where we become Mythos investigators in the world of Call of Cthulhu role-playing. And welcome to all the new investigators joining us since the last vid. Today we're going to be looking at the Roaring Twenties to discover how these energetic dappers and flappers enjoy themselves so we can incorporate these into the backstories of our investigators. We'll be looking at different activities, events and pastimes from that era that gave us jazz, prohibition and Tommy guns, so grab your spats and spangles and let's step out. The Roaring Twenties, a time of vibrant cultural change and economic prosperity, got its name from the exuberant and free-spirited atmosphere that defined the era. Despite the implementation of prohibition, which banned the sale of alcohol, the 1920s saw an explosion of creativity, innovation and social freedoms, with pastimes to suit. For the wealthy, lavish parties were a hallmark of the Roaring Twenties. These extravagant events featured live music, dancing and opulent decorations. The rich spared no expense to host and attend these grand soirees, which often included champagne, caviar and the finest entertainment. These parties were not just social gatherings, but also a display of wealth and status, often lasting until the early hours of the morning. The rich could also afford to travel extensively, both within the US and abroad. Luxury cruise ships and trips to Europe were popular, offering a glimpse into the glamorous lifestyle of the elite. These travels were not just about seeing new places, but also about experiencing the finest accommodations, dining and entertainment. The wealthy would often return with tales of adventure and exotic locales, further enhancing their social standing. Art collection was another pastime of the wealthy. They invested in and collected art, attending gallery openings and auctions to acquire valuable pieces. Owning a collection of fine art was a symbol of sophistication and cultural refinement. The rich would often host private viewings and exhibitions, showcasing their collections to friends and acquaintances. For the middle class, dance halls and ballrooms were popular venues for socialising and enjoying the latest dance crazes, such as the Charleston and the Foxtrot. These lively gatherings brought people together for a night of fun and entertainment. Dance halls were not just about dancing, but about meeting new people, forming friendships and even finding romance. The energy and excitement of these events was a reflection of the era's spirit, freedom and joy. Sports were another major pastime for the middle class. Baseball, football and boxing matches drew large crowds, whilst tennis and golf were popular participatory sports. Attending sporting events was a way to enjoy the thrill of the competition and camaraderie of fellow fans. Participation in sports also provided a sense of accomplishment and physical fitness, as well as an opportunity to socialise and network. With the increasing affordability of cars, middle-class families enjoyed taking trips and exploring the countryside. Automobile touring became a beloved pastime, offering a sense of adventure and freedom. These trips were not just about reaching a destination, but also about the journey itself, with families often stopping at roadside attractions, picnic spots and scenic viewpoints. For the less well-off, community gatherings were a vital source of entertainment and support. Picnics, dances and church gatherings fostered a sense of community and provided a respite from the daily struggles. These events were often organised by local churches, community centres and neighbourhood associations. They offered a chance to socialise, share food and enjoy simple pleasures together. Street games like stickball, hopscotch and marbles were also popular among the poor. These simple yet enjoyable activities brought neighbourhoods together and created lasting memories. Street games were not just about entertainment, but also about learning important life skills such as teamwork, fair play and resilience. They were a testament to the resources and creativity of those who had the least, but made the most of what they had. Reading was another affordable form of entertainment and education. Libraries, as well as cheap pulp magazines, provided a wealth of knowledge and escapism for those with limited means. Reading allowed people to explore new worlds, gain insights into different cultures and expand their horizons. It was a way to escape the harsh realities of life and immerse oneself in the world of imagination and possibility. Across all classes, jazz music was enormously popular. People flocked to jazz clubs and dance halls to enjoy live performances, making jazz an iconic symbol of the Roaring Twenties. Jazz music was more than just entertainment. It was a reflection of the era's spirit of freedom, innovation and cultural diversity. It brought people together, breaking down social and racial barriers, creating a shared sense of joy and excitement. Despite prohibition, speakeasies became popular venues for socialising and drinking alcohol. These illegal bars offered a sense of excitement and danger, as well as a place to enjoy live music and dance. Speakeasies were not just about defying the law, but also about creating a space for community and camaraderie. They were a reflection of the era's rebellious spirit and desire for freedom. Fashion was another important aspect of the Roaring Twenties. The flapper style, with its short dresses, bobbed hair and bold makeup, became a cultural phenomenon. For men, dapper suits with wide-leg trousers and bold patterns were in vogue. Fashion was not just about looking good, but also about expressing one's individuality and breaking free from traditional norms. It was a way to assert one's identity and embrace the spirit of the times. Going to the movies was another popular pastime. The film industry was booming and silent films were transitioning into talkies. Movies offered a temporary respite from the hardships of daily life, transporting audiences into different worlds and providing a sense of escapism and entertainment. Films like The Jazz Singer and Metropolis captivated audiences and pushed the boundaries of cinematic storytelling. The pastimes of the Roaring Twenties were more than just ways to pass the time. They were essential expressions of the era's freedom of spirit, innovation and cultural change. Whether it was the extravagance of lavish parties, the excitement of sport and dance halls, or the simple pleasures of community gatherings and street games. These activities provided a sense of hope, joy and connection through the dynamic decade. And there you have it, folks, a skip through the Roaring Twenties for your imagination, exploring the pastimes, events and entertainments that made the Jazz Age unique. The Roaring Twenties was a time of vibrant cultural change and economic prosperity. The pastimes of the era reflected the spirit of a nation that embraced freedom, innovation and community. Which part will you include in your investigator's backstory? If you haven't seen our 1920s private detective character creation video, then do check it out. Thanks for joining us, and we'll roll for Sanity again soon.